Welcome along to Pullman Arena, where we've just wrapped up round 7 with the final match of the round, and it was an extra time thriller cruise. The Stars just taking the win. Wow, what a game.
I can still feel the energy from the game. Going into extra time, I was on the edge of my seat. You were on the edge of your seat, and what a spectacle we were treated to tonight.
Yeah, and look, one player who really stepped it up tonight. Well, actually a lot across the court, but Ellie Tuma on that defensive end, she came up with some clutch ball in the end there.
Oh, she was super impressive, and it's so fantastic to see her to get court time this season. You know, when you have that court time, you build that confidence within yourself, and we can see it within Ellie Tuma coming out for the ball. She was hunting, she was getting tips here and there. She was really involved in everything, and it was super exciting to see.
Well, she wasn't quite our MVP. It was actually down the other end of the court, and it was Maya Wilson shooting at 95% back in the 90s, where we love to see her. A much better performance from her, Chris.
Yeah, and she was happy with that performance, like you spoke about in that interview with her. Storm really stood up to the challenge tonight. She was up against two Silver Fern defenders, and Carden Berger and Jane Watson, but absolutely stood up to the mark and really showed her worth in that goal shoot position.
Yeah, and Jamie Hume, her partner in at goal attack, had another great game. Didn't start very well, but finished with pretty good shooting stats. She's really growing into her game this year. But for the Tactics, it was Simone Nathan really owning that wing attack position, with Erikana Peterson still out with an Achilles niggle. What did you make of her match?
Well, Storm, you asked me at the top of the show whether Erikana Peterson should be involved in this lineup when she's match fit, and I think Simone Nathan proved my point, and is that no, she shouldn't. She really stepped up to the challenge tonight. Was super impressive in that wing attack position, provided great service, was hunting on defence, as you can see here, getting tips here and there, and really showed what she's made of, just like Maya Wilson as well.
Yeah, her ability to just look in the circle, I think she's a really natural feeder, and the balls that she was managed to fire in both Ellie Bird and to Maya Selby-Rickett really made a difference tonight. Right, well, we can take a look at the stats, and pretty even-ish across the board. Interesting though, only five intercepts for the Tactics, but none for the Stars. Where did the defensive pressure come from?
Yeah, that is interesting, because usually you would see a high intercept stat for the winning team. I think what the turnovers converted 12 from 23 for the Stars. They really solidified their mark in that second half. The shooting stats, 88% and 92% for the Tactics.
Yeah, and we can take a closer look at those, although I'm a bit blind and it's a bit far away. Cruiser, can your younger eyes see that?
Well, MVP Maya Wilson, 95%, as we spoke about. Slow start from Jamie Hume at 76%, but really stepped up to the challenge in that second half. Ellie Bird, 96%, if my eyes can see right, and Maya Selby-Rickett finishing on 77% there.
Awesome. Well, as they just roll our monitor forward, time to take a look at the results of the round. The first game last night, it was the Mystics with the losing to the Steel, who had a bit of an upset, 63-58. And then in the later game, the Pulse took their second win in a row, 64-53 over the Magic, in what was a pretty scrappy game. And of course, we've just talked about it, the overtime thriller, the Stars getting the 1-goal win over the Tactics. Let's check out the points table.
Yeah, we can see the points table here. The Stars really sitting on that top of the table at 18 points. Mystics that lost yesterday will leave them on 15 points, and the Magic still sitting on bottom of the table at 5 points.
Yeah, well, it is really congested in the middle of that table, I must say, which means that this competition is just so exciting. Anyone can take it. But yes, tonight we were treated to an absolute thriller. Extra time, the Stars taking the 1-goal win, but the competition is just heating up, so make sure you tune into round 8 next week right here on Sky Sport.